Hey everybody, Neil here from Post to Post. It's the best time of year. It's the NHL playoffs time. We have been waiting so long for this to happen. It does kind of feel like the season just started, so it's crazy that we're here already, but we're here. And as we usually do here on the channel, we're going to make some predictions in the bracket. Now, some years I make individual videos on the series and give some pretty in-depth predictions. But honestly, if you have watched the channel for a past couple of years, I haven't really been diving into hockey, day-to-day hockey, too much, and I don't have the confidence to kind of do the individual videos. So we're just going to do a quick bracket prediction here, and throw my hat in the ring. I don't really feel a lot of confidence, but it is still fun to do. So I hope you guys get a chance to do this as well on the NHL.com site and fill out a bracket of your own. But let's jump into mine. I will start off with just round one. Like, I've got it all completed on my screen, but I'll kind of block it off so you can't see and reveal it as we go. Let's start off on the let's do the East first. Let's do the East. Let's do Toronto, Ottawa. We'll start top bottom. I want to predict that the Toronto Maple Leafs will win because they had a really, really good year on paper. I think they can probably go deep. The mental, the history, the curses, whatever. All that aside, on paper, that's a team that should be able to go pretty deep. But I look at the Ottawa team and how well they played down the stretch, and this is a team that it's not built the same way, but they have the potential to they remind me a little bit of Nashville in 2017, 2018. I think it was that year, maybe. I have to go back and look. I think it was 2017. They played Chicago, and they kind of upset Chicago a little bit. I kind of see the same trajectory here, so I'm going to predict Ottawa, not with a lot of confidence, just, I don't know, I got a good feeling about Ottawa this year, honestly, and I think the rivalry there that puts that extra pressure on Toronto's back, and as we know, Toronto doesn't really handle pressure that well, so I think that's going to be playing in their head a little bit, and I think they're a little bit afraid of Ottawa. So I'm going to squeak out a prediction for Ottawa here for that first round, Toronto versus Ottawa. Next one, we've got the Tampa Bay Lightning versus the Florida Panthers, one that we've seen a couple of times in the past couple of years. I think this could easily go either way. I think regardless of what happens, I want 7 games. Same for the previous series, Toronto, Ottawa, 7 games, please. But I'm going to say that Tampa gets this one. Florida has played more hockey than any team in the last 2 years, including season and both playoffs in the last 2 seasons. So I think they're a little bit gassed, and I think we can kind of see that coming down the stretch for Florida. So I'm going to give it to Tampa, but I would not be surprised at all if Florida took that one. So moving on, the Montreal Canadiens versus the Capitals. So maybe you're new. My favorite team is the Montreal Canadiens. I do wear a different jersey for every video, depending on if I'm talking about that team or if I'm not talking about any specific team, I'll just wear a random team. I collect jerseys. So I am not wearing a Montreal Canadiens jersey. I've chosen to wear Winnipeg, okay? So keep an eye out for the next video. I am not super biased when it comes to the Montreal Canadiens. I can generally see things for what they are. And although I desperately, obviously want the Montreal Canadiens to beat the Washington Capitals, and I think there's a scenario where they could, and I think there's a reality where they definitely could, I think Washington beats Montreal in this first round. I don't even think it goes 7 games. I think we're probably looking at more like 5 or 6 games. With that said, Montreal has had really good stretches of incredible hockey. They had one of the best records after the Four Nations tournament. They had a period of a 6-game winning streak not too long ago. But in the last 4 or 5 games-ish, they looked a little questionable. So I think because of that, my confidence in Montreal, my heart is full, but my confidence is a little bit low in the Montreal Canadiens. Plus, Washington is an incredible team, and they've had such a good year. Plus, Ovechkin is on the back of his career, and he just, he had that big milestone this year. He wants to end things on a good note. What better way to end things than to win the Stanley Cup? So that team is going to be playing for him, regardless of just in general. They're going to be playing for him, and he's obviously going to be on fire. So Washington is my prediction there. And then the last series in the East for the first round is the Carolina Hurricanes versus the New Jersey Devils. New Jersey is, I find, to be one of the most difficult teams to predict in the NHL. They remind me a lot of Philadelphia. Every time I predict Philadelphia to do good, they do bad. If I predict them to do bad, they do good. I don't know what it is. New Jersey's kind of like that for me. So I have no idea what to think about this series. I'm going to give it to Carolina. I think on paper they have the better team. They have more playoff experience, and they have, I think, probably better coaching as well. So I'm going to give it to Carolina there, and we'll say it goes, 6 games. 6 games for that one. So let's move on to the second round in the East. Let's do the Ottawa Senators versus the Tampa Bay Lightning. This series is all about momentum. On paper, I think Tampa has the better team. I think that in almost every aspect, they should probably be better. But I see a lot of momentum here. I'm seeing a team that has momentum coming into the playoffs in the Ottawa Senators. And if they can beat the Toronto Maple Leafs, they're going to believe that they can beat anyone. So they're going to be coming into round two, regardless if it's Tampa or Florida. They're going to be coming in with a lot of confidence, and I see that pulling through that series. So I'm predicting Ottawa to beat Tampa or whoever, even if they face Florida, whoever. I think Ottawa's going to win that series and move on to the Eastern Conference Finals. The Capitals versus the Carolina Hurricanes. I think we saw these two teams play twice in the last 5 or 6 years in the playoffs. I'm predicting Capitals for all the same reasons why they beat Montreal. Carolina is clearly the better team on paper than Montreal, but I still think that this is a big year for Washington. So I'm going to put them ahead of the Carolina Hurricanes. And after this video, I'm going to release what I want to happen in my prediction, or my bracket rather. So stay tuned for that video. That will be coming shortly after this one releases. So my predictions are definitely different than my wants, just for the record. If you want to see what I want to actually happen, check out that other video. So that leads us to the Washington Capitals versus the Ottawa Senators. And I think this is maybe where the Ottawa Senators' momentum stops. I feel like the Washington Capitals have a bit of destiny here. Man, I could absolutely be wrong. I probably am, but I just feel, I don't know, I feel like there should be something special there with the Washington Capitals right now. So I'm putting the Washington Capitals beating the Ottawa Senators in the Eastern Conference Finals and moving on to the Stanley Cup Finals. So let's jump over to the West. We got the Winnipeg Jets versus the St. Louis Blues. I think that Winnipeg is an incredible team. I think there's a lot of energy around that team, and the fan base is going crazy right now. The city is electric, I'm hearing, and that makes me really happy. I'm not a huge fan of Winnipeg, but they're a Canadian team, and I like them. I definitely don't dislike Winnipeg, so I'm in favor of Winnipeg in terms of cheering for. Okay, spoiler for next video, but I'm going to do a huge prediction upset here. I have a weird feeling about St. Louis. I have this really weird feeling about St. Louis. It's either a really good feeling or a really bad feeling. I have a feeling about Winnipeg either. I just don't know if it's good or bad. So this series is really messing with me. Logically, Winnipeg wins this series. But St. Louis, I don't know. There's just something going on. I don't know what it is. There's something going on in the gut here. I'm going to predict a massive upset. St. Louis is going to defeat the Winnipeg Jets. Don't come at me, okay? The next series, the Colorado Avalanche versus the Dallas Stars. Dallas on paper has a great team. They've had a lot of playoff experience in the last 5 or so years. So has Colorado, and they are also a really good team on paper. This is a little bit momentum as well. I feel like Dallas has kind of let off the gas a little bit coming into the playoffs, whether that's intentional, whether it's not, probably not. So I'm a little bit worried, but they have a really good team. So I think there's potential for them to win for sure, but I'm going to pick Colorado. I think it goes like 6 or 7 games. We'll say 7. So yeah, I'm predicting Colorado to move on there. Now, the Vegas Golden Knights versus the Minnesota Wild. This is a really difficult one for me because I think that Minnesota would see if they're able to beat the Vegas Golden Knights here. What's going to happen is what happened to Nashville when they beat Chicago. You're going to see fans from other teams around the league, East or West, get on the back of Minnesota. And there's going to be maybe not necessarily a bandwagon, because usually when you're bandwagoning something, you're picking the best team to win, and you're just trying to make it easy on yourself. But when everyone gets behind a bit of an underdog, that's so exciting. I would love to see that happen for Minnesota here in these playoffs. I am going to predict Vegas to win, but no offense, Vegas, I am heavily cheering for Minnesota here, but I am predicting Vegas to win 4-2. And then the LA Kings versus the Edmonton Oilers. I think this is going to be an excellent series. I can't wait to watch this one if I can stay up. But I think that the LA Kings are trying to get some serious daggers and hearts here in the Edmonton Oilers and kind of get some revenge. I'm thinking that the LA Kings defeat the Oilers, and LA plays very well at home. They have home ice advantage here, so I think that's going to play in their favor. I expect them to win every home game. I think that's how it's going to go. They're going to lose on the road and win on the home games. So I'm going to predict the LA Kings to beat the Edmonton Oilers in Game 7. Yeah, they're going 7. They're going 7. So that leads us to round 2. We've got the St. Louis Blues versus the Colorado Avalanche. I'm saying that this is maybe where St. Louis's bus gets to the station, because the Colorado Avalanche are on a train, and their train continues, and they're going to continue on into the conference finals. I think that they beat the St. Louis Blues. And then the next series, this sets us up for a bit of an interesting rematch, and we got the Vegas Golden Knights versus the LA Kings. And I'm saying that the LA Kings do the opposite of what they did in round one, which isn't winning or losing, but winning on the road. They're going to have to if they want to win the series, and also winning a bit at home, because I have them predicting. I'm predicting that they are going to defeat the Vegas Golden Knights. I think that the LA Kings move on to the conference finals. So that leaves the LA Kings versus the Colorado Avalanche, and I think this is going to be a very good series, but I will predict that the Colorado Avalanche move on and go to the Stanley Cup final. That means that the Colorado Avalanche will face the Washington Capitals in my prediction bracket, and I have the Washington Capitals winning the Cup. So not much analysis in this video. Like I said, I'm a bit removed from hockey. This is more fun than anything. In 2021, 2020, 2019, 2018, took it very seriously. Had a lot of really successful predictions in those years. Very happy for that. But my time is done in the confidence and prediction world. I'm back to just having fun. So it is what it is. I hope you guys have fun doing this as well. And I set up a league, by the way. If you guys want to join my league in a different bracket that you submit to the NHL one, feel free to. The league's name is just called Post to Post, and the password to get it in is playoffs with a capital P. So feel free to search for that league on the NHL bracket system, and feel free to join. I don't know if there's a limit amount, but yeah, name your bracket and submit an entry and see if you can do better than my want. Because if you see in this graphic, I've submitted what I want to happen in this league. So it's not really my prediction, it's more so my want, which is a segue to the next video. The next video is going to be shorter. It's just going to be what I want to happen. Same style as you saw in this video. So if you're new and you want to see that video, make sure you hit the subscribe button. And of course, if you're already subscribed, make sure you're checking YouTube and you want to see what I want to happen. It might surprise some of you in some of the series. So yeah, thanks for watching. I appreciate you. And let me know down below in the comment section, what team do you think is winning the Stanley Cup this year? We'd love to hear from you. All right, have a nice night. Enjoy hockey. We'll talk to you very soon. Adios.